Hi everyone, it's Robin from Crafting with Robin. And today I'm going to do a craft project. I'm going to paint on this sled. And it's one of the sleds that I showed everybody in a haul a couple of months ago, where I bought a whole box of sleds from somebody not Amazon, off Facebook Marketplace. They were selling them. They used to do crafts and they decided to give up. So there was several sizes. This was one of the larger ones. There was a couple that were bigger than this, but this was I have a few of these, or quite a few of these, and then there's a lot of them are about that and smaller. So this already had a blue wash on it. I'm going to leave it like that because I'm going to paint a tree on it, and hopefully it looks okay, even though this is, a blue, but I kind of liked it. So let's get started. Hopefully I can remember how to paint. It's been a long time since I've done freehand painting, and that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to start out with just a tiny bit of brown, and we're going to do the trunk of the tree. If I can get this open. Okay, so let's see. And I've got I think all the paint I'm using today is Waverly chalk paint. This is the truffle. And I'm using my little spatula here because I don't want to dump some out and take out too much. Then I'm going to use a lighter color along with it. Let's see what I can find. How about some hazelnut? The Waverly chalk paint and hazelnut. Let's see, where can I put this? And I don't need hardly any, so I'm gonna just do that, and hopefully that's enough. If it's not, I can always take more of it. Kind of messes with the paint when you start putting it back. And I'm not super, I haven't been doing chalk paint for a long time. I'm fairly new at doing chalk paint, so we will see how this works. Normally an acrylic paint, I would get a little bit, water it down a little bit, which is what I'm doing. I have my water bin here. It's a paint water bin where and it's really painted. I mean, I've had this thing for over probably 20 years at least. So it's got the places for you to put your brushes, water. I really like that. Okay, so I'm going to start at the end. Try to do the long trunk. So I'll start smaller. The bottom obviously is a little wider, and then we get a little bit narrower at the top. Like I said, I'm not used to chalk paint. I usually use acrylics, but kind of thinking I like the chalk paint just because it dries faster. Whoops, I got that a little bit wide, but we're going to cover that up anyways, so it's not even going to show. Then I'm going to add just a little bit of this lighter color for some, I don't know, highlight in it. And then I'm going to find some green colors. And I have this is the Folk Art Spanish Moss chalk paint. Guess they're not all Waverly. Oh, and I've never used this one. No, it needs to be stirred up. And I'm thinking I want to go with 3 different tones of the green. So I'm going to go a darker, a medium, and a light. And I'm going to add, because I don't have a darker, I'm going to add a little bit of black to that, I believe will help. And this one is Waverly Chalk Paint Celery. This is going to be my lighter color. I think maybe it's not lighter. Oh, let's see. Oh, yep, it is. It's just, it needs to be stirred real good. That might be too late. We'll find out though. I'm trying to think if I have another. I've got this. What is this? Is that what that's just what I just used, I guess. Spanish moss. I have scallion, but that's too bright. Add just a tiny touch of ink to this. And it's the Waverly Chalk Paint and Ink. You can see I'm cleaning off my spatula thing. Is that going to be enough? You don't want too much black because you want it to just be a darker green than black. I suppose you could call it a forest green or black green. I usually use, does anybody remember when you would get those ice cream things when you were young well, they have them in the grocery store where they come with those wooden little sticks type spoon things? I used to use, or I have a bunch of those that I usually use to stir these, but I forgot to grab them, so now hopefully I don't go too dark. That looks okay. Okay, so let's get started. See if I can remember how to. I'm going to probably be doing it upside down for you to see. Oops, I do want to cover this. I used to have a different brush kind of like this that worked good for this. Now I don't know where it is. I have brushes here that I've had for a lot of years. Actually, this one works kind of good because it's a little bit of a scruffy brush. Okay, so we're just going to go pounce a little bit with my little scruffy brush. And the darker color first. Now, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. I will try to do it upside down. Maybe I'll do a better job, maybe I'll do worse. But as you can see, we just pounce it. And, you know, I got a glob there, but we can always fix it when we get to the lighter colors. It's a little bit harder to do it upside down, but, and you don't want them to all be perfect because if they all start to look perfect, then it's not going to look natural. How's that? When I just went over that, I'm trying to pick up some of that excess paint that I got on there. And when you, okay, let's kind of assess this. How does it look? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pounce a little bit, fill in some of those gaps a little, so they don't look like some of the branches aren't. Okay. Could you see what I was doing there? You know, I'm gonna rinse that dark off. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's see. Get this out of the way. I'm gonna let's see if I find an older brush to do this with. I'm gonna take a little bit of this and mix it in with there. Like I said, I think that's a little too light maybe. So I got my brush. When I rinsed it, I got it a little bit wet. Now I'm going to do this a little bit lighter. Not quite so, not going to fill it in quite so much. And you'll be able to see it kind of like the trees kind of come to life a little bit. Looks like I might have got that area a little bit too much. I grab a little bit of that lighter color in there too. Actually, with this, I might be better off. It's kind of just do as you go and figure out how it looks good to you. And it's really hard for me. For me, it's really hard for me to paint and talk. I don't know why. So if I say something weird, it's just me not being able to think. And then if you think you got it too light, go back with the darker. Just move my camera a little bit. Yeah, it's not coming out perfect, but it's not horrible. Is it? I don't think so anyway. You can tell me if it's horrible. I won't be offended. Well, actually, yeah, I probably will be, but I'll get over it. So right now I'm just playing around with the color, trying to get it the way I like it. Different colors. And then sometimes you just gotta hold it back and look at it so you can see where you might have missed something, where you might have it too dark, so you might want to add some light in there. And actually, I'm kind of pretty happy with it the way it's turning out. I mean, it's a rustic tree, definitely. It's not anything too perfect. And you can go in if you want. Let me see if I can even do this. My hand, as I get older, my hand gets shakier. And add some little branches maybe in there. But I actually like it without doing that. Yeah, I like it without doing that. Now, do I want to add a star to the top? I know what I'm going to do. I will add a little gold. I'm actually going to, let's see. I wonder if I wanted to go all the way down with my stem. Or maybe just pounce some dark color down there. So it looks like the ground. How's that? But I'm going to add a bow to the top. Oh shoot, where did it out there? It's gotta be smaller than that. Nah, I don't like that either. I have my jute in my lap. Oh shoot. And I lost the end of it to tie it. It's this one. No? Bows are not my friends. There we go. Okay. There, I like that bow a little better. Just put a tiny dot of glue on it. Oops. The glue string off of there. And actually, this is pretty dry. I only see a couple spots that aren't all the way dry yet. But I might go over the tree with a little bit of either Mod Podge or polyurethane or something. Polyacrylic, this stuff. Just to give it a little bit of a finish. But anyways, here's my sled. It's got a hanger, but I think it's gonna sit on a shelf. Let's move my camera up a little so we can see better. And I've got a shelf it's gonna sit on. And hopefully I can post a picture of it at the end of this. Today I finally worked at learning how to use my Cricut a little better. Took me like 2 hours to figure out how to upload some free SVGs from another site. Yeah, I'm not tech savvy. I can figure out the small things, but usually, I don't know, Google is my friend. Okay, anyways, Thank you. Thanks for watching. I'll have a picture of this at the end. Bye. Have a good day.